an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Watch it now, Barney!
A give to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now James from the gun on 3rd down. He completes it to Bryant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
James now operating from the gun. Dancing to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dalvin Tomlinson able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, This unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first run of this game.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
To throw is James. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught off a deflection. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Lambo will put this one through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check. Gun! Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. All right, now, lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Gun!
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Leopard! Detroit! Right there, 54 Mike. Detroit!
Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's James. Off play action. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Gone! Detroit!
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Detroit! All right, now, look at 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up 2nd down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Noah Spence in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards the pickup there and also a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford. But first, this timeout.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Henry Anderson. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go now. Green, 39.
Throwing again. James. Flushed out right. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep up. He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Gun! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And, Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Push him back. Push him back. Banjo, banjo, banjo. Check, check, check. Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's the backup Loletta. He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. PAT up and good by Rosas. And this is back to a 5-point game. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half.
Detroit! Detroit!
James off the play fake. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Lauletta. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now James, off play action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Martin. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Powers over it.
Just fed him his pads, didn't he?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Lauletta. Caught right side, it's Lewis. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Over!
They keep it with Barkley on first down, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
That's what I'm talking about. Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Out of the gun, Lauletta. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Rip right. Go ahead, baby. Go. All right, now, lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Gun!
James now on 3rd down. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
To throw is James. To throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Alec Ogletree in there to get him for a loss of 5. The Bucks on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off the play fake. James. Going up top. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Detroit!
From the gun, here's Lauletta. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
4 down. Alert. Mike's by 4. Gun! Too little,
Desperation time on 4th down for Lauletta. Flushed out right. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll go again to Jones. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Mario Edwards breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's James. From the gun, he'll throw. Being chased out left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with 1 in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Buccaneers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
It's one of them ones, man. You just in the car, man. It's like when you in the car, you just think about everything, man. Definitely when